Would you absolutely welcome Denisa to the stage?
So I will share about 7 months ago, actually, I contemplated what is normal. And I know that seems normal to most people, but not to me. Normal in the dictionary is conforming to a standard. In my book, it's just a boring setting on the dryer. I, over the last decade and a half, found myself as a divorced single mom of 3 beautiful daughters, Lauren, Katie, and Erin. And I spent a lot of time just focusing on being a mom. And my career was important too. Never mixed business and personal, was really striving not to do that. And that was really important to me. Although I can tell you, I was ridiculed for being a very rigid person, all work, no play. I would never get anywhere without someone bringing me along. And that was a hard nut to crack and hard to hear. Didn't let that stop me. I, in my job, unbeknownst to me, found my best friend and the love of my life unexpectedly. And we were very different, caused a lot of challenges and a lot of questions. Questions in my own mind: how am I going to tell my kids? What am I going to tell my employer? How am I going to show up at work? It was hard. And I will tell you, Susan and I were very different. The company didn't embrace us as 2 individuals in a relationship. There was no policy against our relationship, but it was not welcome. And as a result of that, within a year of each other, we both lost our job, found ourselves unemployed. And it's hard. It was really hard. But we're 2 strong women, wasn't about to stop us. The blessing in all that, after I had to reflect for quite some time, was she was given one heck of a severance package. Thank you. And she stayed home and helped raise our daughters for 3 years. And it was amazing. I was blessed to get another position and move right into my next role. So as a family, we had lived 2 states apart for 3 years and did that, and were relentless that we were going to make it work. But again, losing our job, we lived under one roof and became a family that we were trying to be for such a long time. I will tell you that I brought my own judgment baggage with me to my new employer. I tried really hard not to, but I did. I dressed the part, my hair, my clothes, did everything I needed to be that strong person in the workplace. We had family work functions. I avoided it. I wasn't going to go there because I wasn't going to allow somebody to judge me again. And the sad thing is I didn't really need to. All that adversity aside, I will tell you, we have a lot of love in our heart, and decided that the 3 girls that we had weren't enough. Not that we were getting any younger, but we said, hey, let's go adopt a child. And so we sought an attorney, and the attorney told us, obviously, you know this might be a challenge and it might take you a while, but we'll work with you and we'll go on this journey together. That long time was really 3 months. We were matched and went through a home study, matched with birth parents, and found ourselves getting that phone call in that 3 short months saying, it's time. And we welcomed our 4th daughter, McKenna, into the world. And what a blessing. Thank you. I will tell you, it was an amazing moment, but it lasted a moment. McKenna had a stroke at birth, and she was born with a complex congenital heart condition, complex scoliosis, and can imagine standing by a bedside for 14 days, wondering what's next, but we did. Our attorney looked us in the face and said, you might want to reconsider this. She's not the normal situation. There's that word, normal. And this is an issue that you may not know how to maneuver through. But guess what? We're not normal. And I wasn't about to let that stop us. We showed up on the Hamilton County Courthouse steps, first same-sex couple to adopt a child, and we made it final. Yes, we did. I will also tell you that wasn't enough. It's never enough. We decided, let's get married. Well, you all know what state we live in, right? Indiana wasn't going to have that. So we decided, let's load the car up. We're going to drive to Iowa. So we did. We loaded up the car, parents in tow. We went to Iowa and we got married. So 2 big things. And, you think it ends there. It doesn't end there. As we continued on our journey, we had a family situation at the same time all this was going on. And we were at another courthouse steps, getting emergency custody and adopting our great niece, who was 2.5 at the time, needed a loving, stable home. So we now have 5 daughters, and adopted her. Fast forward a couple years, she has a half-brother. And we're like, wow. Don't have a big house, but we're going to make this work. And, honestly, it wasn't a question in our mind. We've been so blessed. We now have a son. So he is 6. He was 1 at the time. So we have a house of 6 children. I couldn't imagine it any other way, if I'm honest. And I will tell you where it sounds complicated along the way. It's always going to be complicated, but we're not the ordinary family. And I think that's what keeps us going. This ordinary family is extraordinary together. And I couldn't imagine doing it not together. We have to fight health issues, not just a scraped knee from falling off your bike. We're going to have heart surgeries. We're a Riley family. We also have to go to therapists. We have a son that suffers with ODD and ADHD. Our daughter has ADHD and dyslexia. But you know what? It's just a thing. And labels are labels. And that's how we look at life in general. And I will tell you that this journey, these women, I came into this and said, I am not telling this story to any of these people. Nope, not saying it. And guess what? They brought out the most vulnerable moments in me. And I sure wasn't going to stand up here today and look at me now. I wasn't going to share this with you either. But I have hidden behind this for 14 years. And I have decided that I'm going to stand here and be courageous, because if I'm not courageous, then I can't expect my team to be courageous. I can't expect anybody that hears my story to be courageous. So I hope that I empower at least one of you in this room to not try to be normal. And if you don't feel like you're normal, that's okay. It's a setting on the dryer. Thank you.
I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet.